free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia's fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode number 28 of Inside Infinity, recorded January 27th, U.S. time, 2014. Tonight, if you couldn't tell by that intro, is a special Australia Day episode, thanks to our good friend, our favorite Aussie, Jason.
Favorite Aussie. G'day mates, g'day world. Mostly America.
Did you like that intro?
Oh, it brought me to a tear. What can I say? The old Australian anthem. Haven't heard it in probably, I don't know, since the last Olympics. Yeah, that was good.
Steve C, what did you think of that?
Well, I was moved. I thought it was beautiful. But did you guys notice there's that one really funny part where the camera zooms in on that sad koala face? And it reminded me of those Sarah McLachlan ads on TV. They're like, donate a nickel to save these sad dogs. That's what it reminded me of. Sad koalas.
Yeah.
I guess that's what they have it in Australia. Jason posted something on Google Plus today, and it said he said for Australia Day, and if you're any proud Australian would understand. And one of the things I saw on there that cracked me up was if you're proud of all of your killer animals, you might be Australian. Oh, I totally agree. And I'm not even an Aussie.
An Aussie.
That's amazing.
Aussie.
I said Aussie. Get your ears
You
fixed.
didn't.
Try the Australia. That's how you pronounce Australia.
Australia.
Just one word. No ah. It's Australia.
S-T-R-A. Australia.
And you have to do it out of the corner of your mouth.
That's how we say it.
You call that a knife? Here's a knife.
I don't even ever live that down.
Oh my gosh. You guys, if you haven't already figured out, this is one of those shows where we're just going to kick back and have a little fun. Hopefully you guys understand and enjoy that. So before we get things started, let's say hello to everyone in the chat room. We got a couple new faces here, and one of which is Haunted Mansion Steve. He must have listened to last week's show, and if you haven't noticed, we're elevating the quality of the show. Steve C, well, actually, he was scrubbing it up, but he has to run after this one for Outside Infinity to jump on that show, so he's wearing a suit. He inspired me to throw on a tie, and Jason's in his Aussie regalia. So.
Yes, that's what they wear in Australia for when they want to suit up. They put on the blue T-shirt.
Yes, TJ, Steve made me dress up as well.
Yes.
So if you want to watch or listen live to the show and chat with us, you can do that every Monday night, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Just go to InsideDisneyInfinity.com for all the fun. We have lots of fun people in there, especially my favorite person, William, is awesome.
No, that guy's kind of... No. There's a guy in there named Steve C. Man that's way better.
Yeah, I'm guessing that person's you.
No. I'm listed today under Pixar Post TJ. That's what I typed myself in as.
You are a dirty liar.
I'm not. I'll type something here in a minute, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Disney Fanatic said, nice suit-ish, Will. Thanks, Fanatic. I didn't want to look like a complete, like Steve C. So I'm doing a little more cash. This is Inside Infinity Cash. That's what it is.
Oh,
look,
it's upscale cash.
102 degrees at the moment here.
What?
I even put it in Fahrenheit for you. Look.
102 degrees?
102 degrees Fahrenheit.
Well, lucky for you, I'm sitting on a beach outside Melbourne as well. I'm getting kind of sweating in here. You know, it's it's hot,
Loose-
and I have
loose in the
Rapunzel
tie.
chilling back there in the middle of the ocean. Just
It is cool to see her face just sort of seeping through that background. It is really funny to see how it sends the face in the back.
it's funny. I wonder. Oh, and if I turn just a little bit, you can see Lone Ranger sitting there too.
Yep, I see him.
Yeah.
You must
Can
go
you
away.
can you do it the way you did before, where you have a big blue spot on your forehead?
Maybe.
No.
No, I have something else in mind for that. But before I
Okay.
show everyone when that, we should probably get going with the show. Jason, can you kind of give us a rundown of why we're doing the show and what people can expect this evening?
I don't know. I got some, I got some factoids about Australia to unleash. I did some research on why we have Australia Day. Not too much came from that. Apparently, Australia Day. Hang on, I'm remembering. Something to do with the first fleet arriving in Australia. I don't know what the first fleet is, but obviously that's ships docking, going Australia looks good, and then England going, let's send all the prisoners there. That sounds like a great idea.
Isn't this like your national holiday?
Yeah, but no one really knows what it's about. No one does Australian history. I mean, you do in primary school, but it's in one ear, out the other. It's not that interesting. I mean, we are a country of convicts. I myself
How are you a country of convicts? Can you explain that to me?
That's what Australia was for. England literally sent all the criminals to Australia. That's what we were for. And I myself am a distant descendant of Ned Kelly, if you know who that is, by any chance. Famous Australian bushranger.
No idea.
Did never see the film Ned Kelly?
Didn't know there was such a thing.
Was Mel Gibson in the movie?
Heath Ledger paid Ned Kelly.
Oh, okay. It was trying to make a joke, but now I actually do know what you're talking about. Never mind.
It was filmed. Actually, it was filmed like in my backyard almost.
Really?
Yes.
So they chose to. I can't believe I'm still wearing these ridiculous goggles. They.
You're really insulting my country. I'm giving you the
I would say so too.
I'm going here. Let me class it up a notch. Is this better?
Perfect. That is much better.
You're like Mr. Peanut.
Ah, see. Oh, I need my. Anyway, so they just thought it was a great idea to send people to paradise. Because let's be honest, Australia. Well, I mean, the ocean part is kind of nice as long as you like sharks and opera houses, right?
Yeah, I guess. In fact, I've got just for that. I've got the top 10 most dangerous animals in Australia list here for you.
Ooh.
Here we go. The box jellyfish. I've seen them. I haven't swum with them, but I've seen them.
Where did you see them at?
The beach. I don't know. We're surrounded by beaches. There's plenty of the things around.
Backyard, Will.
I'm like literally like maybe 20-30 minutes from the beach here. Like whatever. The taipan snake. I've seen a few of those bushwalking. The old saltwater croc. That's kind of cool. In fact, that actually looks like the one from The Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Is that where Crocodile Dundee's name came from? That turned into like a weird southern accent.
Yeah,
Yes.
it did.
Blue ring octopus. They're under rocks everywhere at the beach. You'll easily find those if you're walking around the beach.
What is
How
it?
were those dangerous?
It's a blue ring octopus. Oh, they're totally poisonous. If you touch them, it's bad. Stonefish. I know quite a few people have stepped on those, and they have these spines that spike onto your foot, so you can be walking on the beach, and you don't want to walk on rocks without shoes in case you step on one of those suckers. The old redback spider. Literally, I could go get one of those right now. I reckon I've probably got about 100 in the backyard. They live under wood. That's a killer spider, that one.
That looks disgusting. I have a phobia of spiders in case anyone out there in internet land wanted to know.
Really? Hey, I wanted to ask you, I'll bring it up later because it's going to come up later. And of course the great white shark, they're around. And the funnel web spider. We've got tons of spiders here. Do you not have tons of spiders? You got what do you call them? Tarantulas over there. We don't have tarantulas.
Yeah, but tarantulas aren't really dangerous.
They don't do anything.
Oh, really?
Do you have Do you guys want to hear non-infinity fun fact?
Well, so far the show has been the non-infinity inside infinity show, so let's keep it going with that.
But now I have my scientific mustache on, so everything I say goes.
Is that what it is?
Granddaddy,
Scientific? To me, it reminds me of train robber mustache.
well, it's that too. It's that when I modify it slightly.
Can you
Then
modify
this is
it?
the closest thing I get.
Oh,
Granddaddy Longlegs are not spiders. How cool is that? Yeah.
Granddaddy.
okay.
Oh, Daddy Longlegs.
Yeah, they're not really spiders.
what are they
What are
then?
they?
Well,
They're part of the spider family, but they're not spiders. I'm just giving you the one single fact. That's all you get tonight.
Okay, cool.
It's a horrible fact. He's part of the
So-
family, but he's not. That's like saying my sister's not really a Krellin. She's part of the family, but she's not really one.
Well, if you're her brother, I'm sure she'd rather claim not to be part of the family. So,
No,
Hey-o.
Thanks,
So
Will.
we've had some out there shows, but so far this is starting out to be one killer, non-related to Infinity show.
I haven't
Yeah.
started with any rants yet. Do you want me to do one?
Nope, not yet. I'm sure you're gonna have ample opportunity.
I'm just kidding. I actually don't have one for.
Don't forget, all hang around for the epic Vegemite tasting at the end of the show, just in case Steve needs to throw up or something. We're going to unveil that last thing. That'll be quite the momentous occasion.
Hey,
Yes,
Will, why don't you
it's-
break the news to everybody about that, by the way? I think that an ample crowd wants to know who's actually going to be eating this tonight. Are you, the host, going to be partaking in it?
I have some bad news. Apparently, my
Oh.
postman was looking out for me, and he did not deliver my Vegemite.
Yeah, how's that?
It was sad.
That's a really weird coincidence. I mean, that's bizarre. I got mine 2 weeks ago.
Well,
Meanwhile, the United States Parcel Service had a wonderful breakfast this morning with Vegemite and toast.
I'm sure they did.
oh, you're probably right. Maybe that's why. So I'm actually doing them a favor.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, so I got one more non-infinity fact before we get on with the show. Steve was asking before how far I live from the Sydney Opera House. That answer is like, I don't know, 9-10 hours away. I'm nowhere near Sydney, mate. I'm no.
I thought, isn't that
Contrary
like
to
the only place
opinion.
worth living down there?
No,
Just
no.
kidding.
No. Look,
You just
this is-
offended
look,
me
I
on
brought it up.
Australia Day. Oh, there
Here
we
we
go.
are.
Yeah.
This is me right here, right here.
Okay, everyone in internet land, quick, take a screenshot. This
There
is how
it
you can
is.
get to Jason's house.
I'm not getting any closer than that, you psychos. But here, that's roughly where. That's roughly where. Here's Melbourne, pronounced Melbourne in
Melbourne.
Australia. Melbourne.
Say it,
That's
Steve.
it.
Steve, your turn. Steve is like trying to analyze this picture.
Well, when are you
Sorry.
going to zoom out? All I
Hang on.
see is
Yeah,
a bay.
sorry,
I
sorry.
want to know where. the
Sorry,
thing is.
here we go,
Where
here we
is
go.
this?
Zooming out. Whoops.
Okay. Oh, whoa. Okay, now I get an idea of where you're at.
Okay, so there we go.
Whoa.
So I'm like, look, here's what's this? South Pole, Antarctica. Yeah, whatever that joint is, one of the ice ones. I'm like the next stop. So if you ever want to take a trip there, that's fine. There's Tassie, but Sydney's up here.
I see.
Sydney's way up there. So this is Victoria right here, and Melbourne is the most livable city in the world. Come on.
Yeah, I knew that. Honestly, I forgot where you live, so I had no idea what I was
Yeah,
making.
I agree. Most livable. You just said that you could go find one of the deadliest animals in the world in your backyard in 2 seconds. To me, that seems like a family-friendly place.
Yeah.
I would love to go spend some time there.
But
in
look at all this
Spider
empty
Country.
space. Seriously, look at it. Like that's just all desert. There's like nothing there.
Just imagine how many IKEAs and Targets they could put in that area. That's a lot.
Oh, and one more. You're gonna love this. I don't know. This is my newly elected mayor.
I think you've never had such like an Australian accent until tonight. I think you're really
That's-
trying to ham it up.
That's
You're
my.
making this up.
That's my mayor, the famous paparazzi King Darren Lyons.
So is that your horse or your mayor?
Mayor. That is my Man, he runs the show.
Okay.
Paparazzi, see? Paparazzis
crazy.
can go places,
Well-
and there they are. They're running my town.
You do live in paradise. What can I say?
Hey, can I point out one thing before the show starts? Do you realize in Australia you have a different flow for progressive? That's not our flow. Do you have Aussie flow? Because that's a different flow than we have.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
All the Americans know what all the Americans except for Will. Look, under the progressive logo, that's not the flow that we have here. That's on the commercials every 5 seconds.
Go back. Well, wait. What? Go back.
Yeah, it's like you have an Australian version of Flo. What's her name?
Aw. Her name's Flo. Oh, you mean
Is it
the
Flo in
Australian
Australia?
version?
Yeah, I want to know what the difference is. All right, never mind. I guess I'll have to do my own research.
It's over my head.
Oh, well, cool. Glad to know that's where you live. And so now when Steve, C, and we want to stalk you, we know where to find you. I'm sure
That's
it's
it.
not that big a place, right? I mean, sure, we just
That's it.
start knocking on doors.
Southeast Australia, and yes, I do not like Sydney much, so don't compare me to Sydney.
I apologize. It will never happen again until the next
No.
time I want to make fun of you.
That's alright.
Any other tidbits? I know you have a few later in the show, but before we move things along, is there anything else you want to say?
Nah, the rest is Disney Infinity Australia stuff, so unless
What?
you've got any questions.
Does such a thing truly exist?
Yeah, mate.
It's exactly that was the right answer, and we're about to get to it.
I'm telling you, I use G'day daily. I don't just turn G'day on for this show. G'day is my go-to, what's the greeting? It's pretty rare these days. Not many people. Australian slang is kind of on the way out, unless you live in the country. Like, I never call, like, what is it, Sheila. I don't call women Sheilas.
I didn't even know what that said.
It's not Jason. It's Jason's mailing address. In
Yeah,
case
just
I
check
missed
it.
it
Jason
before.
Ains, 32 Wallaby Way, Sydney, Australia.
It'll get to me, I'm sure. Can't be that many Jason Hayneses.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Cool. Well, let's get things moving a little bit. So we do have a few news items, and we even have an Australian news item, Disney Infinity news item, which is pretty awesome.
Well
First
done.
things first, though, we neglected to mention it last week, but Sorcerer Mickey was released early yesterday, January 26th, here in the States. If you were to venture to Walmart, you could go get yourself one. Did you get one, Steve C?
No, I pre-ordered mine because I'm sick of going to the stores and trying to find them. So now I just do the Jason move and I just pre-order them and wait for them to come to my house.
Nice.
I'm sure Pirate, if he's out there listening, then he might have issues with that because he likes to pick through each one and make sure the quality is up to snuff.
Yeah, he does.
Did you order it from Walmart or did you order it from another retailer?
I ordered it whoever had the thing. I don't remember who. I think I ordered it through Toys R Us. I did that and the Perry and Agent P. It's the same person, but and what's his name? Phineas at the same time.
I see. So that's cool. We have heard lots of people out there enjoying the figure. It sounds like there's a few people that are not too excited about the vaults that have been unlocked, but to each their own. It's hard to please everyone all the time. I think it's just cool we have Source and Mickey. I have not bought one yet. I am still making sure my D23 one gets as much use as it possibly can. I figure by Disney Infinity 2, I will have gotten its purchase value out of the figure. Steve C, I left that open. I figured you were going to be the first one to jump on making fun of me about that.
No. I respect what you did for the your art. You spent the big bucks on the thing that you could get today for a fraction of the price, and I respect you for it.
Oh, shucks. You're making me blush now.
What is the what I've been since he did come out this week? I've been reading all the blog things, the differences between the two besides the star color. Do you want to talk about that? What is the difference?
What was the difference you just mentioned? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Hey, good. Thanks for listening to the show. Well, the
No.
difference between the
Star
new
color
Mickey-
is the only difference.
Wait, the playable factors. There is no difference between the playable thing.
Nope, absolutely none. So that's actually an excellent question. D23 Mickey and retail released Mickey are identical with the exception of the star colors. They are light blue on the retail release, and they are silver on the D23. So
Wow.
that's
I
it.
thought that yours did something cooler.
No. I mean, it looks cooler in person, but even in the game, they look identical. So, do you wanna take back that you respect me now?
No. I respect you.
Disney Fanatic said, except for the stars on the hat, only suckers. In parentheses, sorry, Will. Bought that one off eBay.
Yeah, that's
No,
my boy.
you mean only Disney Fanatics bought that off eBay. So anyway, that's that. Let's move on to the next thing. So actually, Steve C brought this up to me. Jason, you want to go ahead and pull this up? This is so awesome. Flickr user, what's his name? Niels Boy made an entire series of classic figures. I don't know if everyone can see that, but he made an entire series, including box art, of classic figures for Disney Infinity 2. And Steve C. Facebooked both Pirate and I, and he was just so ecstatic that if you look closely, that you can actually find an Alice figure. That was obviously his all-time favorite.
No, it's what? Why are you messing with me?
I've lost it.
Just go back. No, just kidding. Who did you see in that you really liked?
Kronk, Yzma. I mean, look at him, dude. Kuzco, right there, dead center. Do you know what I would do for a Kronk playable character? It would be amazing. And then in the top right is Wally and Eve, which is arguably the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. But you've got Kronk and Yzma and Kuzco, dead center. It's fantastic.
I'm going to post this, for those that are asking where you can find this, because they're really cool, I'm going to post it in the chat, but I will also post it in the show notes, so you can make sure to check it out. The only difference between this and some of the other mock-ups we've seen from other people, these characters look pretty much like the cartoons themselves. To me, they don't look modified at all. I don't know, Stussy, if you want to speak to that at all, but it looks like...
Yeah, they don't. It's just cool to see the box art that was done and stuff like that. It's not like they made them look Infinity style. Unlike the, what was the one you guys like to talk about? The Indiana Jones and stuff like that. Those were made to look Infinity style. This just, I thought, was a cool idea.
I really like it. And hold here for a second, Jason. I also like, I like how in this world that he created, Disney Infinity 2, and then kind of underneath the title there's classics. And I think it'd be really kind of neat if, yes, it's part of Disney Infinity 2, but if they had like a line that was of classic figures and they were kind of marked differently, I think that's kind of neat and fun too. So cool. Well, yeah, if you want to see that, for those that are listening, make sure you check out the show notes. Just look for the latest episode on InsideDisneyInfinity.com. Now let's move to the next one, and this is the news piece, the Australian news piece. How perfect was it that it came out today? Vinylmation Kingdom actually posted something on their blog this afternoon that is more or less confirming a Crystal Agent P figure. So, Jason, do you want to talk a little bit about this? Did you see this on your retailer site?
Well, I have now.
That's an awesome background.
There it is.
Nice.
There it is. So, yes, no date on it as yet, but interestingly, apparently, because you can't get them anymore, I think all the crystals in Australia have sold out.
Say that again?
I think all the crystal figures in Australia have sold out. You can no longer get the crystal, what's his name? The
Solly
Jack.
Jack.
You can't get any of the crystals. So looks like this is the only one available for pre-order on JB Hi-Fi's site anyway.
Well, this is cool, and you can see it's the virtual box art. It's not like a photo. And whenever I see that, I still kind of proceed with caution. But this is as close to anything solid that we've ever seen, any solid evidence for this figure existing. So that's really exciting. I guess the last one that we are kind of, we're still waiting to see what happens with Crystal Mickey, and then if that glow buzz, if anything ever happens with that. But I'm not too sure about either of those. Fingers crossed.
This is dated 30th of April, March. April.
And
April, 30th of April, dated for the 2-pack.
Well, and I may be mistaken, but I think the 2-pack here is dated for a March release. So,
Okay.
hey, Jason, has your experience on JB Hi-Fi, has the release dates or the pre-order dates been pretty accurate
Yes, I want to say
to release?
yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Generally. And it looks like they preference online, so I highly recommend everyone order online rather than in store.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, that's pretty cool. I know Agent P is a hugely popular character, so hopefully we get that crystal figure and we get a definitive date sooner rather than later. Awesome. Well, that is it for news this week. It was kind of slow, not a whole lot going on, but that is perfect for a fun show such as this. Now let's have our Australia Day segment, and I'm half tempted to play the national anthem again and just have everyone in the chat room sing along, but I'm not gonna put anyone through that again.
Yes, let's not. You know,
Jason,
I've got something to pick before we get onto that. It's extremely awkward for an Australian to be in America when the national anthem plays in America, and we're like, do I stand? What am I doing here? I feel like I'm going to be judged if I don't put hand on my heart. I feel like there's going to be, I don't know, weapons drawn on me or something. Just wanted to put that out to the country, that there should be some form of, particularly in some international place like Disney World, to say, look, if you're Australian, don't worry about it, all right? Just keep seated.
Well, I have two questions for you on that.
Yeah.
First is, when have you experienced this?
Disney World, and I don't know, many a time. I went to school. I went to school for a week. I did talks in schools for a week when I was young. So I had to do that like every morning. Don't you guys do that every morning or something? A Pledge of Allegiance.
We do the Pledge of Allegiance. Did you do that?
No. Oh well, I mean, I had to do it. Like I sort of ummed and ahed my way through it, a bit like I do my own national anthem.
Oh, okay. So you didn't get so you didn't get beat up on the playground?
No, it didn't. It's just awkward. It's just awkward. Like we was doing it last. The biggest one I remember was we were at the what do they call the carolers at Disney World, and everyone was seated around them, and we were like, you know, all sit down, and then they started singing the anthem, and everyone around us started standing up, and we're like, what's the move here? What's the move? I'm not American. What am I going to do? I stood. It's all right. Hand on heart. I thought, pretend to be American. That's the simplest way to do it.
Do you have anything that, and I hope I'm not offending anyone, but do you have anyone that could be equated to a redneck in Australia?
Ooh,
A redneck
question.
in Australia. Good question.
Do you have Duck Dynasty in Australia, like Wallaby Dynasty?
A redneck's like, what do we call them here? The, what are they called?
Like, wouldn't it be someone out in the bush?
No, they're different. What are they? They're like, we used to call them back at school, bush pigs. Back when I was in school, we used to say that they used to ride in buses on hay bales. We've got so many different types over here. It's such a diverse country.
You're just a big melting pot.
Yeah, I don't want to offend anyone, but there's plenty of all sorts over here.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
where were we going? I can't remember. That's what I was complaining about Americans and the whole standing.
Joe
Love
in the
anthem,
chat
by
room
the way.
says, "Do whatever feels comfortable." Laugh out loud.
Hey, William wants to know, do you have the Jersey Shore in Australia?
We definitely do, but I'm not going to go down that.
You
They all
do?
live in Sydney, mate.
I thought you were spared.
Sydney's the Jersey Shore of Australia. I'm totally positive.
So is there like this Melbourne Sydney feud?
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, they've got the. Let's face it. I mean, they've got the Opera House. I mean, they're in every disaster film. They're the ones that get shown. I'm not going to lie. There's a bit of jealousy there. No one sees the. God, what have you even got? I don't know. The MCG. I don't know. That's the Melbourne Cricket Ground. I hate cricket. So I'm about as un-Australian as there get. I constantly get confused. People say to me, "Why don't you just go live in America?"
I love it. Like you are a
Can't afford it, mate.
Well, and a lot of Americans would die to. I think I just forgot the A in Americans. A lot of Americans would die to live in
Americans?
Australia. So Americans. Hey, I'm from the South, so I can say such things.
People in the South drop the first letter in typical words. Americans.
Well, sometimes.
Do they really?
Yeah. Not always.
I read a thing today. Australians add O's onto the end of words apparently, and it's quite true. We got bottle O's and I don't know, smoko. Smoko's when you go for a smoking break. Going for a smoko. It's a weird language, isn't it?
Did you know?
I mean, it's
Australians
English.
don't. Did you guys see? Pacific Rim?
Yeah,
By any
a million
chance?
times.
The Australian guys that were in that, like the amount of people that came to me and goes, "Oh my gosh, how bad was that Australian accent?" Dude, that's what we sound like. No one really understands. No one understands in Australia. If they haven't been overseas, that we actually sound like we do in movies. It's
Your friend
unbelievable.
was in denial.
Everyone thinks that Australians really put it on, but no, that's exactly what we sound like.
That is too funny.
It is, and the Australian accent gets thicker and stronger the higher up you go. So if you go right up the top of Queensland, my gosh, it's strong. Really
So it must
strong.
there must be something with the equator, because for us the accents get stronger the more south you go. Well, I guess it depends on the accent. So it's you're just meeting in the center there.
Totally. It's just interesting how that happens, isn't it? That's strange.
It is.
Anyway, on with the show.
Yeah, for now. I mean, I am looking forward to learning more about you and your culture, Jason. I mean, I feel like I have been doing the show with you for almost 6 months now, and I feel like I don't even know you. I have yet to even graduate to start calling you mate yet, but that.
Yeah, mate. I love mate.
I know
mate.
you, Jason.
Mate shit. It's all there, mate.
Cool. All right, let's start talking
Cool.
something Disney.
So I've combed the internet, my vast internet, and tried to find as many, or not all of them, because there's some really lame-o ones, but I've found as many Australian Disney characters as I can, and we can give the yay or nay whether we want it as an Infinity 2 character. Alright?
Okay. I'm excited.
Number one, the what's her name? P.L. Travers from Saving Mr. Banks.
Travers, that's good.
I envision this character as sort of like Infinity 2, something like the little Clippy character in Microsoft Office, that annoying character that just abuses your work when you do something wrong. Can you imagine that? Some beautiful P.L. Travers sound bites. This just won't do. I want to see that instead of an error sound.
I would love that. That's a way of implementing her character in the game without having to make a figure.
Yep, I like it.
Steve, what do you think?
I like it.
You're not even paying attention. You're reading the
I am
chat.
paying attention. What am I supposed to be saying to P.L. Travers' characters? That's a great idea.
Let's just move on. This one's a bit of a weird one, but I like the name. Why is my net so slow today? Fair Dinkum. Fair Dinkum the koala apparently was on some Dumbo Circus television show. Who'd have thunk it?
Really?
Yeah.
See, we're reaching right now. That's way back in the archives.
Fair Dinkum. Fair Dinkum means what's Fair Dinkum mean? That's Fair Dinkum. That's correct. That's true. Like that's how you'd use Fair Dinkum. That's an actual proper slang name. So if you said, "Oh yeah, Disney Infinity really goes," yeah, nah, Fair Dinkum, mate. Fair Dinkum. It's awesome.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep. True Blue. True Blue's the other one. All right. So let's give that a no.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's a good one. Sparky. This is a fly.
There we
from,
go. Rescuers
the
Down
Rescuers
Under.
Down Under. Do you guys have flies?
Yes.
No, there's. Well, shut up.
I mean, no.
We don't have flies here. What is describe a fly, Jason?
You clearly don't have flies like we have flies. We invented the hat with the corks hanging down from. You know that hat, that famous Australian hat that auto fly swats?
Oh yeah, yeah. That was your invention. That was your gift to the world.
Anyway, I rewatched this film for research for the show, so we can talk about it in general a bit later. But that fly was pretty cool. I'll give it that. I hate flies. You ever eaten a fly? I've eaten a few flies in my time.
I don't know why
Is
it's
this
called a
what-
fly.
They fly into your mouth all the time.
There's no
What?
fly in this, right?
No.
That's
I
where
reckon
its taste. That's where it gets its flavor from.
Now you guys are gonna help. You're gonna have to help me with this one because I'm not. I've said it before. I don't watch the show, but apparently Nicolette from Phineas and Ferb is
Yep.
Australian.
Oh.
She has an accent, yeah.
And Shea Brewster, the person who voices it, used to be host our what's it called, Disney Saturday Disney, our morning Saturday morning Disney show.
Interesting.
So I have no idea who she is, what she does in the cartoon, but what's she like? Is she going to be a good Infinity character, or is she just a bit of a Sheila?
Bit of a Sheila, mate.
Bit of just an Aussie Sheila. Or is just going to ditch her? I got no idea what she does or what she's Australian though, so she's cool. Okay, Esther, the emu. This is in a Mickey cartoon, apparently.
No. Hey, we have emus here. I used to have my own emu.
You used to have a pet emu?
Mickey's
What?
Down Under.
You used to have a pet emu?
Well, we had like 42 of them at this ranch, and one of them was mine.
Did you name him?
Yeah, he was 41. That was the number on his leg tag.
Oh, you were a creative child.
Emu. Emu is, most Americans call it an emu.
Yeah, well, what do you call it? What's it called over there? How do you say EMU in Australia?
Emu.
That's how we say it.
You say emu. Emu. That's how I always hear. Emu. Same as like everyone says koala bears. It's just a koala.
Yeah, I don't add the bear to the end.
Okay,
I just say
I don't know
koala.
this one either, but this sounds really cool. Liam McCracken.
What?
I like this guy already. He's
Liam
okay in my book.
McCracken, a platypus hunter from Phineas and the Ferb.
Oh yeah,
Phineas and
he's
the
a
Ferb.
bad
Phineas
guy.
and
He's
Ferb.
a cool guy. Yeah.
That kind of looks cool to me. A boomerang weapon. I'm telling you, that
Yep.
needs to be an Infinity.
He comes out with a big one later too.
Oh, awesome. Well, factoid, I can't throw a boomerang. It never comes back.
Isn't that called a stick?
I think so. It must be. Yeah, no. Could barely throw a frisbee, let alone a boomerang.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
So it's not something Aussies are born with, huh?
No, not by any means. But yeah, so I guess
William is awesome in the chat room is saying he thought when you were saying emu, he said he thought you were saying emo, but with an Aussie accent.
I guess emus can be emu. So I was looking this up before. The platypus in this show, obviously Australian. Platypus is an Australian animal, right? Does he talk?
I didn't know that.
Does
No,
he talk
makes,
in the show?
No, he makes the sound that my ringtone makes. Haven't you guys heard it? Will text me right now.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get a live audio.
This is what he sounds like. He sounds kind of like the Predator. Ready? Hold on. As soon as Will sends me a
that's
text.
cool.
Stimulating radio here.
I can't concentrate on texting and talking at the same time.
Just type in letters.
I am. All right. Sent. It is on your way.
All right, here we go.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. I gotta say, I think the platypus has got to be one of my favourite Australian animals.
Why is that?
Straight up. I don't know, just weird, doesn't it? Don't they say that was God's one true mistake of an animal? Just all the parts that were left over threw together to make the platypi?
Probably.
Yeah, it's a funny animal. I like it.
Well, that's what took you so long, Will. You had to write something like that. You could have just sent like a letter so that it made the noise.
Okay, Jake from the Rescuers. Now, this guy's cool. After rewatching this movie, I think this character is pretty awesome. He's very Australian.
He's legit. He's cool.
Yeah.
We just
definitely
watched this.
A cool character. I don't know what he is. Apparently, he's a kangaroo something. Kangaroo. What it says here, kangaroo rat. It says here, but I looked up kangaroo rat and it said it was native to North America.
Well, I mean, Disney cartoons aren't always scientific, are they?
Well, I thought this one was. I was pretty impressed. They had Ayers Rock, and it looked exactly like Ayers Rock. I don't know what that eagle was, but that was a big eagle. We'll get onto that. Right, Cody. That's the kid. Another great Australian little kid.
I had no idea there's so many Australian characters.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, look at there.
Yep, good old Cody. I think he's a winner too. He was very Australian at the start. Clearly written by Australians. I've got another. What have we got? Nigel. I think he's the villain from that. No, that's Nigel from.
No, that's Nigel from Nemo. Yeah.
Yeah, voiced by Jeffrey Rush. There you go.
Yeah.
Famous Australian actor.
Is Jeffrey Rush really Australian? I thought he was English.
No, he's Australian.
Oh, cool. Good for him.
Yep, definitely Australian. So he was in the Pirates movie. Does that mean Pirates is Australian?
Oh.
Philip Sherman.
Jason, I'm loving this. Don't. So when I say this next part, don't take it wrong. How many do you have?
I've only got 4 more left.
Okay. Because these aren't in the show notes.
But Philip Sherman, one of the best Australian dentists I've seen on film, really. What can I say?
Have you seen many?
No, he's probably the only one I've seen, but still the best. Bruce. Bruce, come on, Bruce.
Oh, yeah, he's like the definitive
Yeah.
Australian character.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just a
Fish
great...
are friends, not food.
Oh, Barry Humphries. He's voiced by Barry Humphries. You know who Barry Humphries is? He's Dame Edna. You know Dame Edna?
No.
No. Sorry.
Guess it's an Australian English thing. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, seagulls. Factoid about this one. The seagulls from Finding Nemo.
Mine.
I thought until I watched a clip and there was subtitles on, I thought they were saying mate. They're going mate,
they're saying
mate.
Oh.
And you know what? As soon as I worked out, they said mine. It makes so much sense. That's exactly like seagulls.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they do.
That's why they did it.
Oh, that's it made so much more fun. Oh, I loved it. All right, I think I got one more. Percival.
Okay. Is
Percival,
this...
the villain.
Please let it
from,
be the girl from Teen Beach Movie. Oh no, it's not mine.
Percival, the villain from what do you call it? Rescuers Down Under.
He's your favorite. You like the bad. You and Steve C like the bad guys. I mean,
Yeah, pirate.
I'm just thinking. I'm thinking infinity-wise here. I like people with weapons. All right, that works well. He's a pretty mean guy. But I don't know. I kind of like the look of it.
He'd be a great. You know, since you went through all of these, I think now we have to go back through, and Steve C and I, we have to do a thumbs up and a thumbs down on each one.
No, I can't.
First, I'm gonna do
kidding.
one on all the American figures. Okay, let me bring up my screen. Okay, my favorite American characters. All right, there's 776. Okay, let me start here.
Look, it's a rich catalogue of clearly top-tier characters that Disney have omitted from Disney Infinity 1 that needs to be amended in Disney Infinity 2.
I don't know why. You know what? You mentioned all these great ones, but you didn't mention Sheila. Sheila would be the greatest Infinity character ever. Wake up, you fishes! Wake up! She's the one that's shaking Nemo.
Yes, of course. The braces one, right?
Yeah.
She got braces? Yeah, you're right. I think I had her. What happened?
I'm a piranha from the Amazon. Come on, are you... Dude.
Sorry, it's 109 degrees here. Come on, give you...
That's crazy.
Melting.
TJ,
So, anyway,
he's got my back.
Who's Dame Edna?
You don't know Dame Edna. Hang on, let me bring up a picture.
Thank
It's
you.
a famous Australian cross-dresser.
Oh. That's not Disney related.
I should have known
Chat
this.
room, warn me next time.
Hang on. Photo incoming. There you go.
Oh, yes.
She
I
would
know
make
her.
a good Infinity character. Good job, you're right.
She would.
Darla. I said, yeah, what did I say, you guys? I said the wrong word. It's Darla, yeah.
Ooh, you
Yeah.
got yelled at.
I did. I knew it. TJ was going to attack me.
Yeah,
I
do have
said
it
the
here.
wrong name.
I
But you
skipped
know
her.
what
There
I
she
meant.
is.
Oh, there she is.
Skipped over.
Darla.
No, that. Yeah, it looks like Conan O'Brien. Actually, it's got some Conan.
It looks like
Moments
Sid's
there.
sister from Toy Story 1.
So, what would you? Are we ready for? Should we have a Finding Nemo discussion?
I think we should.
Because let's face it, Down Under, whatever it is, Rescuers Down Under, not that great, I suppose. Not really. It's a big open land, not that great a toy box. Let's have a Toy Story. Not Toy Story. What's it called? Finding Nemo discussion.
What are you doing, Steve?
There's a really great Darla highlight reel. There's a really great Darla highlight reel.
Who's Monterey Jack? Did you bring him up?
Darla's fantastic. Yes.
Who's
Can I say something to the chat room real quick? I don't know
Please.
if they realize who's in the chat room. Before any of you guys decide to start talking about anything Pixar, just be careful because TJ is in the room right now, and he will rip apart every shred of evidence you think you have. So, like I made a mistake just now, I won't be talking about Pixar stuff for the rest of the show because I'm afraid. So, if you have any questions, just watch out. TJ is not to be messed with.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad you put out that little disclaimer, especially since we're about to have a Finding Nemo conversation.
Absolutely. I had to put a disclaimer on there. It'd be terrible for someone to claim they know something, then they don't.
So obviously the Sydney Opera House would feature in one of the background templates, right?
Yes. It would have to.
And the bridge, whatever that's called, the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
So that's two world-famous landmarks that Sydney has over at Melbourne. Just want to point that out for keeping score. Just kidding. Jason's like, not funny. Anyway, well, no. So, Finding Nemo, it has been something. Before Disney Infinity came out, it was one of the most wished for play sets in the game. But if you think about Finding Nemo, it all takes place underwater. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. So, how could you implement a play set like that underwater? First off, mechanics, because think about it, it's every figure has to work interchangeably. Not necessarily a play set, but the figures would have to work similarly in the toy box. So how could we marry these two ideas together? You guys have any ideas?
They could have made the fish just flying characters. That would have worked. You know what I mean? Like a Dumbo. Effectively, it's like you're flying, and that would look like they're swimming under ocean if you had the ocean power disc on. Or texture disc, I should say.
I could see that. What about tools?
They're fish. Did they even have tools?
Well, no, but all the other characters
the whole
do.
point.
Maybe they could have like a little backpack. Do you guys remember those toys? Jason, I know you're going to. Those toys with the dinosaur toys where they were like war machines and they had these like packs strapped to them and they had little figures that would ride on them? No?
Dino Riders?
Yes. Ironic enough. Yeah, so you could just make like little, like on the Cars characters. Actually, there you go. That explains it. So the Cars figures aren't humanoid, and yet they still have tools, but they just work a little bit different. So that's how it would work. They would be flying characters like Dumbo, and the weapons would come out of their
and that'd be awesome to have the what's his name? We just had him before, the shark with like rockets strapped to him. How cool would that be?
Yeah, I like that.
Classic Bond right there.
Yeah, Bruce with the Buzz Lightyear pack, absolutely.
That needs to happen. So what about the actual playsets themselves? Are they you're swimming the whole time, right? I assume because they're fish.
No, I think the fish swim, right, but then as soon as you put a normal character down, if it's a whatever you call them, if it's got legs, it auto puts on like diving boots. So it's like, Zelda-esque. It's like the idea it's weighing you down and you're walking on the ocean floor.
I like it. That's a good idea. Joe in the chat room is saying how they travel across the street in plastic pouches. So you can have kind of like a monkey ball area where you're just rolling.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
I like it.
There's the exploding things, the mines, the floating mines. They'd be cool to have in there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, none of you guys have played the PlayStation version of or I'm sure it was on Xbox, whatever it was, of the Nemo game. When you guys played the Nemo game,
No.
you can make a convincing underwater game. It works, except for the fact that none of the characters will work in a toy box very well. It'll look ridiculous.
I was thinking Wait, so you're saying the Nemo characters wouldn't work well in the toy box, or
Well, I mean,
other?
I don't know how you'd make it work. Like you said, if they just started flying around, but I mean, wouldn't that be completely ridiculous? I don't think that would make a very good transition. How are you going to be in a battle or attack guys if your Dory is just flying around? I mean, it would be cool if they had their own toy box and it was an underwater toy box. That'd be sick because you could do a lot of cool stuff with them there, and it would make sense. But in a regular one, I don't. Come on, let's be realistic, guys. Am I going to be the guy that reel in the show? Will?
It would be kind of cool to have a submarine. Let's have a submarine vehicle for all the other characters.
Because that'd be cool.
Like the
someone in here wrote Nigel. Nigel would be a great character, walking around. I don't really know what his stuff would be, but he's a character. He could work on land. I think it'd be great. Nigel would be a good one.
TJ said a great part of the Nemo playset would be swimming through the sunken ship with the bombs and sharks chasing you.
Yeah,
like you were saying.
Yeah, it'd be insane. It'd be awesome.
Therefore, it'd have to be the Finding Nemo subs too.
Yeah, well, and that's actually an awesome way because Travis is pointing out that, remember, the playsets themselves aren't replicating the actions of the movie verbatim, so that would be a great way to kind of add some homage to the movie while adding some homage to the park and creating a new and interesting story.
Definitely.
I really, really like that idea. And Steve, so my thought is on so the second you put down a fish, a seafaring character, your toy box, it is also kind of attached to like a sky dome, and so your toy box automatically goes underwater. And everything you have under there is still there. So, like, say you had a racetrack, you can have a racetrack on the bottom of the sea. You put down a Cars character, they're planted to the ground, just like they are currently, unless they have a underwater jetpack. And then other characters, I could see them having like a scuba suit that has like jets on them too, so they could swim quickly and go up and down easily.
Yeah, and like you said, to be make it anywhere remotely accurate, all you have to do is make it so that when you put Jack Sparrow down, a snorkel thing shows up on his face. I mean, it wouldn't have to be very... You did it a second ago on the stupid computer right now. I was watching you with the snorkel mask. I mean, it can't be that hard for them to do that. Each one of the characters. Can you do it again for us right now, Snorkel Boy?
Yep.
They could do something like that, but it would have to be sort of a world underwater. See, exactly. If you can do that right now, then they should be able to do that to the characters. But you're talking, what are you going to do? If you're going to put down Nemo, what's it going to say? Would you like to change your world to this? Nemo only works in underwater world, or what?
I mean, I think so. I think that's a good way of fixing that problem. I mean, it also kind of adds a little bit of toy box value to these figures. If you want a true underwater toy box, you can just do that by throwing on a fish figure. I mean, don't get me wrong. I totally see the issues that you're discussing, but I don't think it's necessarily outside the realm of possibilities, especially given the fact that the cars themselves are so different than the other figures.
Yeah, that's true. And the cars have their own thing. Everything's got the little car with the circle on a slash if it can't be used in a car thing. So you could do the same thing with the fish, and it would just show the fish with the circle. You can't use a fish in this set, or you can't use a fish in this. I mean, it makes sense. I was trying to be the one guy in this group to be realistic here, since you've got Spider-Boy, Aussie over here, and you trying to put this whole thing together.
Are there any other underwater Disney franchises other than Little Mermaid?
Oh, there's a good... I don't know.
Atlantis. Atlantis.
Yes, Atlantis. Yes, definitely. That'd work.
Pretty soon. There were some memorable underwater scenes of Star Wars.
I guess that would be
considered memorable.
Disney.
Yes. Yes.
So they kind of create the parameters of this underwater world, and then it gives them options to add other characters that would be really difficult otherwise. I don't know. I would love it.
I think it's a goer. I think that's and ideally, I like the idea of being able to maybe switch, as said, so that you could get in like a boat and then have a switch that'll switch it to the underwater scene. If you know what I mean. That'd be really cool. So you can have land and sea part levels. That'd be handy.
TJ
Yes.
could probably tell me, you know who I'd like to see is the little girl that goes, "Aw, you made me ink." I like that little girl. You know, the little octopus?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you see all my tentacles, one is shorter than the other, but you can't tell when I twirl them like this. Come on, that little girl's adorable. What's her name,
Yeah.
TJ? He knows. He knows.
Hey,
Anyway.
Steve C. I know you're not a comic book guy, so actually maybe this should go to you, Jason. Is
I'm not a comic book
Aquaman?
guy,
Never
but I'll
mind.
try.
Aquaman's a DC character, not a Marvel
Yes.
character.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I feel there is a Marvel underwater character. I just don't know what its name is.
Just gotta be.
We'll call him Fishman.
Yeah,
I'm,
sounds,
I'm a
it
mu-
sounds legit.
So
My full
creative.
confession, I'm much more a DC guy than a Marvel guy, but I'm going to have to clearly switch now that Disney owns the Marvel franchise. That's as much as obvious.
Well, you can like them both.
Maybe.
Pearl's her name, Steve.
Yep, I saw it.
Oh, well, no one else. The internet land didn't hear it, so.
Uh-oh, DC, now I know we're drifting from Australia talk here, but someone
with
here,
it.
William is awesome. I
Yes,
disagree with
yes,
the
he
name,
is.
but he just posted the greatest thing ever. Brave would be a good playset, don't you guys think? And he posts it in the room knowing that TJ's in there. TJ's wife, Julie, has a whole theory about why Brave would be the best playset ever for Pixar, and I completely agree. I think I've said that 4 or 5 times on here, but it's funny that he says that in here the same day that TJ is here, because if Julie's in the background, you know what she's saying. I've been saying that for 6 months! You know, because she's true. It would be the best. Not to take away from Australia Day. You Aussies deserve your day.
Can you give us the clip notes of why Brave would be such an amazing playset?
I probably can't, because I listened to the Pixar post religiously, and I remember what she said. There are great characters with different sizes and different masses. So you got Merida would be a beautiful character on her own. You could use the mom as a bear because she's big and it would look cooler, sort of like a Sully one. And then I think the other one that she said that you could use was I don't remember what the other one was. Could have been the dad or whatever. But I mean, you've got the main characters would be very cool and different looking. The size difference would be very similar to Mike and Sully. The mom, the bear, is so much bigger, and then Merida with her hair would look beautiful. You have different realms that you could use. You've got the castle area, you've got the woods with the will-o'-the-wisps, you've got all that undergroundy, cavey stuff. I mean, the depth that you could do, and the colors alone would be beautiful. The characters in it are really interesting, and honestly, I would do anything to see the 3 little bear brothers running around at some point in time. I feel bad like I'm yanking it from TJ here because they went on a way better rant about it, but when she listed it out, it made complete sense. It was like already in a box. She had it wrapped up. It made plenty of sense.
That's awesome. I'm going to ask TJ. TJ, go ahead and post if you know the episode number. Go ahead and post that in the chat room, and I'll make sure to include it on the show notes, because that is awesome. And thanks for that, Steve. That's pretty cool. I'd love to see Brave, and it seems like it's a really, really popular one in the chat room as well.
Yep.
So, well, cool. Well, is there anything else Finding Nemo related? Oh, I gotta say this because this is awesome. Outside Infinity 2014 co-host Bill in the chat room. Since we are giving humans a pack to go underwater, why don't they give the fish a pack to go out of water? ... Literally call it fish out of water pack. Epic idea. 2 thumbs up on that.
That'd be great. Do you guys ever see that movie? What movie is it? Where the fish is? Oh, it's a really horrible Disney movie, Chicken Little, and the fish is sitting in the tank.
Yeah.
The fish bowl body, you know.
Yeah.
You could.
That'd be perfect. Just like that.
Yeah, something ridiculous like that. Sorry, it just reminded me of that. I'll never interrupt you again, Will. Sorry.
Oh, don't worry. It's par for the course.
So
Oh,
is
just kidding.
Wolverine technically Australian, considering he's played by an Australian?
Who?
Wolverine.
Oh yeah. Oh, are you kidding me? He's absolutely
Totally.
anything Hugh Jackman is Australian. Anything Mel Gibson as well.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Mel
Riggs.
Gibson doing us proud, the old Mel.
I love Mel Gibson, the character, not the person. He's not such a great guy, but I love everything he's ever been in. Come on, the Road Warrior. That's how I absolutely imagine where you live. Like, I imagine you drive a car and you wear leather to work.
That's what Mad Max was literally filmed like 5 minutes from here.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, that's how I picture you. Going to work, and traffic for you is fighting the guy with the leather mask with the little silver rivets around his face, and you guys all fight over gasoline. That's how
us.
I imagine.
That is us.
Oh, yeah,
It's like you've been here.
That's Jason's daily commute.
Yeah.
It's like I've been here.
Awesome.
Well, it's nearly an hour. Are we nearly ready for the Vegemite tasting, or what?
I think it is
Oh,
time.
come on. I am not mentally prepared for this. Is it time? Don't you have to go over toy boxes or some other characters we can talk about?
No toy boxes tonight. This is us Aussie Day specific, and no water. You can't wash it down with the chaser.
I don't. I actually finished my chaser while the show was going on, which sucks really bad. All right, here. I'm going to lower this so everyone can see what we have going on here.
Okay, so Jason, do you want
to
to
set up? Yeah, Jason, give me a setup, baby.
Okay, so I went into our local Macca's, McDonald's.
Wait, hold on.
International crowd.
Is that a thing? Is it Macca's out there?
Oh yeah, Macca's. Yeah,
This is so
that's what we
creepy.
call
This
it.
is why
Going-
I don't go to other countries.
shooting through to the local Macca's and bought myself a latte and 2 packets of Vegemite and sent them both. Only one arrived mysteriously, but that's all right.
I swear I did not get one.
But yes, I was explaining before the show that Vegemite I have on pancakes, scones, which you call biscuits. You know the biscuits you get from KFC?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you call them scones?
We call them scones, yeah.
What
So-
do you call
What do you call
scones then?
scones?
Well, what are scones in your country?
Here,
They're
I'll bring up a
scones.
scone.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, can you see
Yeah.
that, Will? Can you see my bread?
So
hold
while
on.
was
Shit.
I've heard that Vegemite goes really well on steaks. You spread it on a steak and then cook it. What else have I had Vegemite on?
So I kid you not, I Google image scone and the first picture to come up was biscuit. I hate you for that.
Oh no, that's a big
Totally.
fail.
So here's what a scone looks like in our country.
Yes, that is a scone.
Here's another one.
Hang on, I can't see. Yeah, that is a
Really?
scone. That's a scone.
No, do you get that at KFC?
We don't have scones at KFC. We only get chicken at KFC.
This is what we call biscuits.
Yeah, what is going on? With this
yeah.
conversation?
So that's our scone. That's our scones. I make a master scone.
So again, I ask, what do you call this? Oops.
Oh,
Yeah, what is going on here?
biscuits, right? So biscuits to us are cookies.
Yeah, well, that's like.
Oh,
the
so
English
what do you
term,
call
it's a snack.
cookies?
Yeah, what do you?
We don't have. Well,
They don't
we
have
don't really
cookies.
We don't have cookies. It's just like
No, they don't have
we call
cookies,
it.
man.
They're biscuits. They're biscuits.
Just, Steve, why are you even trying to talk during this? You have no idea.
Yes, I do. You don't know what a biscuit is? Why do you think in every movie
So-
like biscuits?
So
and
like an
tea?
Oreo's a chocolate biscuit over here.
Okay, I knew that was a British thing. I didn't realize it was an
Same
Aussie
as
thing.
like
too.
our Tim Tams and stuff, chocolate biscuits. Yeah, so
I
we
see.
do have. Usually we call a cookie if we get like a chocolate chip biscuit. We do call those cookies. It's such an American thing.
Oh my gosh, William is awesome. Is asking Jason, have you tried kangaroo meat before?
Yes, I've had kangaroo meat plenty of times.
Can you?
No,
is
you
that
haven't.
Tastes like.
something you eat?
Oh yeah. If you ever
I
come
mean,
on,
I'm not
cook
even trying to make a joke. This isn't like, aren't they like your national animal or something?
Yeah, we eat them. Kangaroo steaks, mate. They're beautiful. They're a pest over here. You shoot them.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, no, they're a pest. They're like we've got a golf course right near me that's literally covered in kangaroos. They just get in the way the whole time. So
Huh.
you know you're allowed to cull kangaroos. So the kangaroo meat's pretty big over here. Actually, it's a
But it really is good.
yeah, it's all right.
Okay, it's no Vegemite, is what you're saying.
It's no Vegemite.
Okay, Steve C, explain to those that are not watching the show what is happening on your screen right now.
Okay, on my screen right now, you'll see that these are my hands. Okay, this is the table. Here is some bread, and I just want him to tell me what to do. I'm going to do it.
Okay,
as
so
we go.
so you want to do just a light spreading of butter on your bread, all right?
I'm opening up my bread, mate. Oh, you got to be kidding me! My iPad just fell down again.
So this
Whoa,
is like
what's going on here?
literally what you're about to eat.
I lost
is
your
what
camera.
What happened?
Oh no,
you see
we've
me?
got a we need visual. There we go. Right.
There we go.
I literally had this for lunch before the show. What are you about to consume? Except it wasn't weird circular bread. It was
Oh my god! Can I tell everybody
square
in the room?
Please.
bread. All right.
This stuff stinks. I mean, honestly, it does not smell good. The idea that you guys like voluntarily eat this is really disturbing me. Okay,
Yeah,
so a
okay.
light
Yep,
bit of
light
butter.
layer of butter. Yep, beautiful.
Okay.
Those for listening to the show, he's applying the butter. Expertly
Thank you. Yes, we
applied.
forgot that this is a podcast. 2 episodes later.
Yes.
Here, you give the example, and I'll explain what's going on.
That's
Right now, I'm
perfect.
taking the butter on the knife. I'm coating it with the bread. I'm coating the top surface of the bread with a light serving
Yeah.
of butter.
That's
I'm going to
perfect.
need
Right.
further instructions.
Now, apply the Vegemite to the knife.
Now, hold on a second. I peel this thing up. Oh my god. I am
Yep,
really,
peel it
really
open, and
nervous.
you want to get about half that container on your knife.
Hey, but before you do that, show it to the camera. Look at that.
Okay.
Look at that brown
Dude.
substance.
Can I,
Rich.
honestly, it looks like, do you guys ever step on grasshoppers? You know how the inside of a grasshopper is black? That is what this stuff looks like. And it's what
Okay.
the stuff smells like. Hey, I'm serious, this is going to be really funky, man. I don't know if it's supposed to smell like this. I may gag. Alright, what do I do?
Good. Yeah, about roughly half that container on your knife.
Half of it?
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Show me the knife. Show me the knife. Perfect. Right. Now, what you want to do is just want to lightly brush that over the bread evenly as possible.
Evenly, so like the butter, not in one big chunk, but all
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. It'll won't come off that easily, but sort of evenly thin out. You don't want a big chunk in one. You'll probably-
Okay, you know what? When you
Oh,
spreading it,
perfect.
it doesn't look disgusting. It looks like chocolate. It looks just like I'm
Yeah.
gonna convince myself that I'm eating chocolate, you guys,
Okay.
because this stuff smells horrible.
Okay. Right there. Perfect. Right. Bung that top on. Put that top on. So.
But I'm making like a sandwich out of it.
Yep.
Okay, so it's a closed face thing, so I'm not even gonna be able to. Oh, I won't be able to smell it either.
Perfect.
You
Right.
guys, may I just comment? I'm surprised we have kept all of our viewers so far.
Wait a minute. Now, am I supposed to do the other side too, or am I just doing one?
No,
side?
no, that's it, mate. That is Vegemite sandwich complete. Right, that is the equivalent to the American peanut butter and jelly. What you hold in your hands right there.
This can't be. If this
Hold
is
on.
the equivalent, then you guys are doing us a disservice because this is
Right.
nothing like peanut butter and jelly.
If you really wanted to fancy that up, you'd put cheese in it, Vegemite and cheese, and another very popular sandwich. But that's the classic veggie sanger. Into it. Let's experience the moment together.
This is really awkward. All right.
Should we do a countdown, Jason?
Sure, let's count down from 5.
All right. 5,
Ready?
4,
It stinks.
3,
3, 2,
1.
1. And he's chewing.
He's chewing.
Oh, he has a look of pleasure on his face.
Dude,
He's converted.
this is
The
This is
shipment
like-
is on its way.
it is so hard to describe what this tastes like. This is like the saltiest. This is like salty, like bread. This is the funkiest thing I've ever had in my life. Oh, I just got a really big chunk of it. This is no way like peanut butter and jelly.
I didn't say it tasted like peanut butter jelly. I said it was iconic like the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh.
I had that for lunch.
Oh.
I had a full sandwich of that for lunch. Beautiful.
How much did you put on? The same amount as I put on?
Oh no, I have much more than that.
More than I just did?
Yeah. I have probably about twice that thickness. But I'm a Vegemite kid. I grew up like that. Oh yeah, I have twice that. But I think you can see that that's a pretty sensational flavor right there.
It's a delicacy.
Yeah, that whole country grew up on that.
Steve,
You
I
went
can
back
tell
for
you're
seconds,
enjoying
it's-
it. I like
it's-
how you were
it's-
just.
it's growing on him. Look at it. I can
I
send
think-
you jars of this stuff, no problem. So I can ship it over container loads.
It is very difficult to describe what in the hell is going on here. This is the weirdest thing I've ever had. This is like soy sauce salty with some other funky smell. It made kind of hard to swallow, honestly.
Well, I gotta be honest. That's it. That's perfect. That's the only reason I wanted to have an Australia Day show was for that very moment. It's been achieved. Fantastic.
Congratulations, Jason. You
Oh,
have-
my brother makes a phenomenal Vegemite and cheese pizza. I'll give you one. Next time you come over to Australia, Steve, I'll
Okay.
make you one. It's alright.
All right.
It is really salty. It is really, really salty.
It is, isn't it?
Your facial expression is just one of pain, Steve.
It's kind of painful.
You don't have to
what's
eat the rest
funny?
of it. That's okay.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
You
Jason
share,
only wanted
you
to
share that
eat-
with your family, all right?
I showed it with my wife before the show, and she left the room.
I know you've got children. I want you to share it to your children. Come on.
No, no, no,
Straight out of the packet.
no. Lila, come here. Open your mouth. I'm going to squeeze this in your mouth. Oh, man. I'm not a fan of this.
chocolate. Steve, the chat room's asking if your eyes are watering.
Oh, they were easily watering. That first bite is extraordinarily shocking to the taste buds. It is so salty and I don't know.
Jason, you
it's
should
hard
have just let him keep going. He was gonna have that whole sandwich finished. I was waiting for him to stop, but he just kept going.
I know. Do you see this? You told us in the 25-hour event that this was an American product. You read what that says?
Kraft is an American company. They
don't
bought us
care.
out. They loved Vegemite so much, the Americans thought, we've got to own this Kraft, because Vegemite is going to be huge in the States.
Vegemite will never make it in the States. We actually care about what we eat. There is no way in hell that, oh no, I just got Vegemite on my foot.
Oh, that's not good. That's not
damn.
good.
Too bad it wasn't on your suit.
Oh man, I would be flipping out. He'd be getting an Australian bill for my clean.
Outside Infinity is saying, "Okay, kids, instead of timeouts, we're going to Vegemite."
Yeah, absolutely. Do you remember when you were a kid, you got in trouble when my mom used to wash my mouth out with soap? Well, I'm going to start doing it, Lila. She says a bad word. She's getting a mouthful of Vegemite.
Spoonful of Vegemite. Love it.
Oh.
I can still taste it. It's one of those tastes that you can still taste and smell much later. It's haunting me.
Yes.
It's haunting me,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you.
Hey.
Appreciate the commitment.
Ooh.
That's a good
William,
idea. You're reading what I'm reading, aren't you?
Yeah, I am too. I am like this. William's awesome. Steve, challenge your kids. If they can stand and eat the Vegemite sandwich, then they get a free figure. If not, they can't get one until Phineas and Barry. Do you know how sad it's going to be to watch my daughter try to swallow that? There's no way. I'll cry. I won't be able to.
Steve,
Oh,
you have
God.
publicly announced multiple times how you like to torture your daughter.
Not like this. That's like real torture. What I do is fun torture. I don't really want to cause her pain and discomfort.
No. We don't want her to
Stuck
hate
in my
the
teeth,
show.
man.
Oh, that's for later.
Hey, will you send me a picture of a Vegemite pizza?
Oh, I will. Don't you worry. I'll get my brother to make one next time. He loves them. Yeah, I'll next time I make a Vegemite sandwich, I'll show you how thick I do it too. I'll look for that on Twitter.
Okay.
Be excited.
I'll save the rest of this packet so I can follow your instructions later.
So I guess
I
the
saw-
positive to come from this is we still get to see Will's when the Vegemite eventually turns up.
I will do it. In fact, if it never shows up, I will buy a jar just so I can experience it too.
Oh
Awesome.
no, well, trust me, if it doesn't show up, I'll buy you a jar. You'll be doing this. There's no way that I'm the only guy on this show that's going to be eating this garbage.
Ooh, Disney Fanatic is saying, or we can see who can eat the most Vegemite, and Jay is excluded from that. Every episode of Outside Infinity
This is-
should start with Steve
Yeah.
eating Vegemite sandwiches.
That's Pod Mansion, Steve, though. He's just joking. He's trying to think of good show material.
The chat room, I think they posted. Oh, there's you are internet famous now.
Oh, God, someone
Steve.
took a screen print of me doing this?
Yep. And
Well, was that Travis that did that?
of course it was.
Oh, well,
Look,
Travis, good job.
you've
That's how I
joined
felt.
the long list of elite Americans who have professed that they hate Vegemite. So
I can't.
you are normal.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't imagine that's a very small list.
Yeah.
Short list.
So, but anyways, that's
Wow.
that was good fun.
That's awesome, Travis. Thanks for screen capping that and immortalizing that moment in history. Haunted Mansion is not joking. He wants that every episode. Cool, guys. Well, that made the show for me. I don't care how the rest of the show was. That was worth
No.
it in and of itself. So, Jay, thank you for that. And Steve C., thank you even more.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure reading this stuff with you guys.
Jay, do you have any last minute Australian things you want to discuss for our Aussie Day? So here's the thing. One thing I don't think we made very clear. So we've had a Thanksgiving episode. We have had, well, I guess that's the only American episode we've had. But I'm sure we're going to have a 4th of July episode when it comes around. So it was only right for us to celebrate with Jay. He is, you know...
And look, there will never be another Australia Day episode, so...
we can't do this again next year?
No, I'm out of
what
content.
If everything
Australia's not that interesting. We've only got, as I said, we've only got 22 million people here, so we could virtually have all of us on one show and be done with it, but...
So when is it for you? Is it tomorrow your time?
No, it was 2 days ago.
Oh.
It's 26, I think it was.
What'd you do? Did you have a shrimp on the barbie?
No, I did not have a shrimp on the barbie. I did nothing. I prepared for this show, actually.
Oh, good. You learned about your national holiday.
Yeah, definitely. And I didn't have a barbecue because it was too hot. But actually, the next Australia show we'll have.
Did we lose Jason?
Oh, no way. Australia knew we were talking bad about their #1 export, and they booted him.
Wait, is Jason the #1 export, or is Vegemite the #1 export?
No, he is. There's no way Vegemite's a bigger export than him.
Jay, you completely broke up. So you said
that's devastating. I said on the next Australia Day episode, you two will be in Australia, and we'll have a podcast around the barbecue.
Okay, I would do that.
We'll fry up some kangaroo meat, some slingers, and it'll be great. Vegemite for everyone. Beautiful.
But Jason, do you know how you are wrong in every way by discounting your country?
Yeah.
Your country... Oh, did we just... We literally just lost Steve C. Your country is the first country that everyone goes for in the game of Risk.
Really?
Yeah, because you can get the entire continent in like 2 or 3 lands.
That's true. I mean, we're pretty much, we're surrounded by water. We're a pretty hard country to invade. Don't try.
Steve, I don't know what happened. Now we're looking at you sideways, but
I know.
I said Jason is wrong about his country because Australia is the first country everyone who's playing Risk goes after first.
What was that?
Do you not agree? Never mind. You're too concerned with looking at yourself. Cool. Travis said he'll join in. Sydney or bust.
Oh, let's do it. Let's sign up.
How ironic would it be if a Disney podcast, the first live on-location show shot, not anywhere near Disney and in Australia? That would be pretty fun. Cool. Well, is that it, Jason? I mean, I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah, totally. Cut me off. Unless you got any other questions, cut me off.
Okay. All right. Steve, do you have any last-minute things? Did you did you cut out because you need to wash your mouth out with
No, I have yet to get a drink. My phone just shut it down. So.
Oh, good. Well, cool. Well, listen, again, I know this was one of those amazing episodes that is best for TV and not for radio, but we hope that you enjoyed the play-by-play of Steve's reactions. Again, if you want to watch the show live, please do so. You can watch and chat with us inside DisneyInfinity.com every Monday night. I just want to say hello to Haunted Mansion Steve, Joe, Outside Infinity, TJ, a very big hello to you, fine sir. Steve C. Fan, Disney Fanatic 22, Travis, William is awesome. Elfie joined the show, It's Me Chicken, and then, And William is awesome. I want to say hello to him once again because I missed him like 3 times last week. Wanted to give a shout out to Matthew. So last week, Matthew is the one who said we have the Faces for Radio, and so that inspired Steve's amazing monologue. And he said he was listening to that episode last week, and he literally had to pull the car over because he was listening to it on his way to work. He had to pull the car over, pull the episode up on YouTube just so he could see what was happening, and he said he was crying. So thank you, Matthew. That was all because of you. Also wanted to say hello to Ninjographer. I can never say it right. Who after there's Steve C's facial reaction. I also want to say hello to
So funny.
Ninjographer, because guess what, guys? He got us in touch with a few people who can make us some Inside Infinity puppets. Not saying it's going to happen, but that would be epic. Jason, I think this should be your view from this point forward whenever we have a show.
The face says it all. It says, I love Vegemite.
That's what I see.
I'm going to comment that right now.
Oh, Steve C., I see you're typing away, but thank you, my friend, for sacrificing yourself and your taste buds and being on the show tonight. And
I was actually just typing up a letter to Kraft to tell them that they need to either make Vegemite readily available in the Phoenix area or cancel it altogether. Dear Kraft Foods, I have tried your product tonight, and I have nothing but great things to say.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you, William, sir. I appreciate you letting me come on again.
Of course, as always. I'm surprised. You know, by you eating Vegemite, you have secured your spot on the show for future episodes, because last week it was teetering with your your crack at our expense. So.
Well, you know, the craziest thing is when it's 4th of July on the Outside Infinity show, I'm going to send Jason a whole bunch of something that we like to eat out here, like hamburgers or hot dogs or something, American, since I guess the Australian thing is Vegemite.
I'm excited.
What would be our equivalent? Would it be Velveeta? Would that be it? Would it be Spam? You brought up Spam, but Spam isn't... I brought
up Spam because Spam's like a joke. And
yeah, no one eats it. That's a problem.
We got Spam.
Velveeta's legit. That's a really good, because Velveeta's all over the place. That's like macaroni and cheese. You can't get Velveeta at McDonald's, and you got this at McDonald's.
Uh-huh.
Do you guys have ranch dressing?
Yeah. Come on, we're
See,
an
this is
international country. There's not much we don't have. What I can't get at the moment, I can't get any Mexican cola.
Well, you want Mexican cola?
Yes.
Really? Well,
like Mexican Coke? Like real sugar?
Yeah, the 100% cane sugar stuff.
Okay.
Sign up. Good for you. Gold for that.
We'll figure something out, and we're gonna next day air it to Jason so he can
I want
eat.
I want it for the Super Bowl.
Oh, Cheese Whiz. Would that be it?
Yeah, that
Travis
would be a
said
good one. Except for the fact that, once again, none of these things are readily available, like McDonald's. See, that's the thing, is Australia, to have a one-up on us, had to come out with the grossest tasting product ever and then put it in fast food restaurants, like Vegemite.
I find it really weird that you guys call your burgers sandwiches.
Some people do, I do. I call them a sandwich.
I call them hamburgers.
Yeah, most people do, but I always did.
Yeah. So,
Interesting.
So don't generalize, Jason.
What are you trying to do, stereotype?
I read it on the board myself. They were called sandwiches. Your McDonald's tastes way better than ours, by the way.
Yeah.
Our McDonald's does. That's because our burgers are made out of whatever it is. They're not made of koala and kangaroo.
Our McDonald's have gone super healthy. It's kind of lame.
Oh, that's an oxymoron.
Yeah, I know, but that's what it is.
We'll figure something out. I'm sure we'll come up. Steve and I, we're resourceful. We'll figure it out, and we'll get Pirate Steve and Lloyd in on that mix.
I'm resourceful. You're just a host. I'll figure something out.
Thank you. I did want to comment. Someone said that I just showed up in a tie tonight. Steve, and you showed up in your suit, and I was like, yeah, a tie is all I needed to compete.
Better end the show before this gets ugly.
Yeah, I agree.
Jay, thank you so much for the incredible idea and coming up with so many Australian Disney references. That was amazing. You literally had like 3 on the show notes, and those are the 3 I was expecting, and then you just came out with the whole...
Didn't want to spoil it. That was all of them, though. So there's no others, unless we come out with the Australia 2, the film.
Australia 2, the film. I like that. Cool. Well, awesome, guys. We really appreciate you listening to this week's show. As always, you can chat and watch live at InsideDisneyInfinity.com every Monday night at 8 p.m. Mountain. From the site, you can also subscribe to all of our social media outlets. For more information from all of our friends, including the best video game podcasting network, VG Podcast, the most comprehensive Disney Infinity and Vinylmation news site, Facebook community, Infinity and Beyond, presented by Viomation Kingdom, the best Disney Infinity fan forum, Disney Infinity Fans, and the #1 site for Pixar news, the Pixar Post. That's where TJ is from in the chat room. Go check out his site. You can find all of these sites on the sidebar of our site. To contact the show, if you want to suggest any other disgusting things for us to eat live on air, please do so. You can email the show, info@InsideDisneyInfinity.com, or look for @InsideDinfinity on Twitter. I'm sure you can come up with some amazing ideas for that. Also, please subscribe to us on Twitter, on iTunes, and write a review if you don't mind. If iTunes isn't your bag, check us out on Stitcher Radio, which is device agnostic, so you can pick that up on Windows Phone, Android, and on iPhone, iOS. For the video versions of the show, you don't want to miss this gripping television. Make sure you check out youtube.com/Disney Infinity TV, or just look up Disney Infinity TV on YouTube. All right, guys, I think that's going to pretty much wrap up the show. Again, thanks everyone who has been listening and who has been chatting along with us. We really do have the most epic fans out there, and so we thank you for joining us each and every week, either via video or audio. Jay, Steve, appreciate it, guys. Yeah, thanks. And to everyone out and to everyone out there, we hope you have an infinite week filled with infinite possibilities. Until next time.
Wow,
Well, you almost messed up the punchline at the end.
I did. It's because Pirate Steve wasn't here watching out for me. Hey, I pulled it together, didn't I? Let's put it to a vote. For those listening to the after show in the chat room, did I pull it out okay?
Oh my golly gosh, it's hot.
I don't know what you're talking. It literally is like I got 8 inches of snow here in a matter of like 3 hours this afternoon.
That'd be awesome. For 5 seconds. I literally opened up that Australia flag. I do not have Australian flags.
I like your background. It even has like the ruffles and everything to show it's legit.
Yeah. That's why I thought that it might have been real at first. I was like, look at that. There's no way. He usually has something else back there.
You know what I can't believe? I can't believe with that show, I think the Vegemite conversation took up the majority of our time, but we're sitting at an hour and a half.
Really? That's classic. I wouldn't have thought so. It was good because we had some legitimate conversation in there with the middle with Finding Nemo. That was good.
Yeah. I agree. And hey, I learned a lot about Australia.
No, you didn't. I didn't say just about anything about Australia.
Hey, that's more than I'd learned before.
I suppose.
Oh, dang, I totally forgot. So for those still watching the show, next week starts our next-gen conversation. We're going to try to have Lloyd on the show and begin the discussion on what Disney Infinity 2 would look like.
I can't wait.
I'm not on the next show. Jason Haynes, I love Vegemite. That's hysterical.
What did he say?
Jason just wrote about that picture. He just wrote, I love Vegemite.
Oh. What are disco fries, Travis?
I don't know, I saw that too.
You guys definitely have a ton of food in a can. I couldn't believe the amount of, like, you had, like, biscuits in a can and cookies in a tube and stuff. You got all this like pre-made stuff. We don't have any of here.
Well, welcome to America. You know what that means? That means we're gonna last longest in the zombie apocalypse.
That's true. How to choose exactly.
That's
Twinkies.
true.
All right. Hey, I have to go. I'm gonna shut off right now. Can you hear me?
Boo!
Oh, it's
You don't love us?
dying right now. I can't. I have to go.
All right, buddy. We'll see you later. Thanks for joining
Later,
in.
boys.
Thanks for eating Vegemite.
All right.
Later, buddy.
Bye.
Cool, Jason. That was awesome, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah.
So since I've been saying Aussie wrong for 28 episodes now,
Yeah.
have I been saying your name wrong? Do you prefer Jay over Jason?
So look, I take anything. I take it as it
Okay.
comes. Jace, Jason. I think it's the only 3 pronouns over here. I don't really care. Jay's cool. Jason's better. I don't know. I was
Okay.
named after Jason and the Argonauts, so
Oh,
most people call me. Most people call me
that's what I'm
Jason.
going to call you. I want to call you what your closest friends call you, since we're only
Right.
separated by a huge body of water.
What do they call me? I think Jace, probably. I think Jace is probably
Jace?
my most popular, yeah.
Crap, I'm never going to remember that.
Doesn't matter. Whatever. I don't have to do anything.
Oh, my friend. Okay, I think that's going to call it. It's going to wrap it.
Yeah.
That was a great show. You came up with a lot, and I can't wait for the next episode. Hey, let me ask you: have you been working on the website?
No.
No, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. The reason I ask is because on our shared drive, it shows that you've been editing files, some shared file that I have access to. I have no idea what.
Technically I have started actually. I've set up the WordPress and I just haven't themed or anything like that.
Okay. PMGs. I don't know. You deleted a bunch of PNGs, so who knows?
Oh, I think I delete. I don't know.
Anyway.
Oh, I think I dropped my old Disney blog, whatever it was called. What's it called?
Oh, DisneyInfinityBlog.net.
Yeah, I think I dropped that folder that I had into the Inside Infinity folder to
have it shared.
With the merger. So yeah.
Outside Infinity is really excited about the DI2 conversation. It says it's going to make him a happy fella. Cool. We hope so. It's hey, Jason and I, Jace and I have been mulling ideas around for quite some time now about DI2, some things we haven't talked about on air. So it should prove to be a good conversation, and hopefully it's not too late to maybe see some of those ideas come to fruition in DI2. So.
Definitely.
Cool, buddy. Well, great show. It was fun, and you taught me a lot. And if anything, you taught me a lot of Australian characters I didn't realize were Australian. So that in and of itself is worth it. No, but the highlight absolutely was torturing Steve C. Whenever we can do that, that's a good day in my book.
Good times. Good times.
So, all right, buddy. Well, you have a good one. Everyone in the chat room, thanks again for listening, and we will see you next week.